Hi guys, hope you're well. Welcome to DOdaily, Monday Motivation. Des here, checking in for the first time this week. Hopefully you've had a fantastic weekend and you're in determined fashion to get as much out of the week as I'm hoping for. I've got a really busy one in store, lots of plans to work on, lots of jobs to do, lots of things to enjoy. So I'm really pleased that after last week I'm feeling much more with it, and that's what I kind of want to talk about today, is how we kind of come through these little blips, how we come to terms with things that happen. It's not easy, it's not that straightforward. I'm going to try and explain how I've done it, and use it for Monday motivation. Like I say, it's important to check in and try and get on top of things before they get too much. Monday is a great opportunity for that, and if I can inspire and motivate you guys to make the most from what you're doing the way I intend to myself, then everybody's happy, aren't they? And if we start the week in that fashion, we'll definitely get much more from it. Just let you know where I am, typical on a Monday. I've been out by the river, absolutely stunning evening tonight. The sun's just setting over there, and whilst I use this place a lot, it's a great place to retreat to. Never gets boring, never ever gets boring. Really enjoy it. Looks different from every single angle, every single day. The colours are absolutely amazing. You can see spring is really sort of upon us, and that's perfect opportunity to be in a good mood, a perfect reason to be in a good mood, isn't it? Come out now and it's not freezing. The weather's definitely helped over the last few weeks, but like I say, there was that point last week where it felt like everything almost slipped away from me. All the positivity, all the things I've been enjoying over the last couple of months really just didn't matter. I was getting ready to run last Tuesday and I just felt terrible. Something went wrong. I always speak about as being creatures of emotion and feeling, and I just got this sort of overwhelming feeling of doing too much, feeling a little bit stressed, feeling a little bit flat. It didn't make much sense to me, but I persevered doing all the things I do. Of course, talking on DOdaily is a great release. Personally, whilst I'm trying to help others, I've always said it definitely helps me. And I got back to doing all the things that worked. I always encourage activity. One of the main reasons for doing DOdaily is to let you know how I'm getting on with running and walking, and how I use the positive mental effects of activity and getting the endorphins flowing. But as much as I pass that message across, as much as I feel it's important, I understood as well it didn't work for me. Like I said, I was getting ready to go out for a run and everything just went flat. Didn't get it, didn't run. Went out for a walk, so I did what I had to do. When I wasn't quite feeling it, I still got in some activity. It still made me feel better. It still got me back. It still got my sort of thoughts flowing, in the right way. It sort of reminded myself of what I needed to do. But what it was as well is just a reminder that as much as I encourage this, as much as I believe in it, life's not straightforward, is it? I've got absolutely no reason to be fed up. Things happen all the time, and I've dealt with them really well. When it's the stresses of work or family life or other people affecting what you do, that's totally sort of logical and easy to understand, and sometimes easier to nip in the bud, because you can do what you have to do for that situation. I've spoke a lot about dealing with difficult situations and how I try not to let them affect me and just think about the positives. But when there's no logical reason, when it makes no sense almost, it can be a little bit difficult. But again, I just had to really rely on the positives and knowing the things I could do. It took me a few days, I think, because of the fact it wasn't logical. I was trying to put my finger on it, but I'll just reiterate again, it's not always the case of doing that, isn't it? The way we are as as individuals, sometimes tiredness, and we might not realise it gets the better of us. Felt a little bit overwhelmed with what I'd got to do. So I kind of knew in a sense, but if it's not tangible almost, or if it's not obvious, it's hard for us to sort of accept it. The important thing for me last week was accepting it. I spent those couple of days almost digging deep, soul searching, making sure I got back to the things I did. It was so important for me on Friday to wake up to walk and start that brand new walking challenge. I was pleased with the vlog, pleased with the way it come out. Do check that out. Just quirky, interesting way of following a new route, adding purpose and intention to what I do. But like I said, more than anything, that purpose and intention, that small sense of achievement of completing one leg of the Clock Walk Nottingham. It's a challenge over 12 legs, but that small sense of achievement really sort of put me back on the straight and narrow almost. I went into the weekend looking forward to all the things I always enjoy at the weekend. The football, park run, doing what I do. Took a bit of pressure off mine. I didn't do a part one vlog, so there won't be one of those this Wednesday, but it was great for me to sort of get to that point of accepting where I needed to make these slight changes, but using the most important things which I knew would work. It's important for me to do that vlog, but having done Friday and been pleased with that, I just realised that on Saturday morning I could go out and run, for some of the reasons I've ran for in the past, to clear my mind, to get me thinking straight, to get the thought processes sort of one-tracked and heading in the right direction. And I definitely used the weekend for that. I made it work my way, but adding that routine again, adding that Friday morning, getting somewhere new, making the most of what I do. It'd have been easy for me to come and roam around here, and whilst I'd have probably got so much from it because I've done that all winter, just the sense of getting out there, enjoying the weather, enjoying the pickup in the weather, seeing somewhere new. Again, the intention and purpose of what I was doing just really sort of put me back to where I needed to be. And it's so important to accept all of this, isn't it? The reason I'm talking about it today is because I'm feeling so much better, feeling like I'm ready, even though I've probably got even more to do this week. And I probably is an understatement. I've got so much more to do this week, and then next week I've got just as much to do again. But having taken time for myself on Friday morning, having enjoyed it, and before that just sort of dug deep, thought about it, allowed myself to think about it. Sometimes we have to sort of push on and almost push through it. Sometimes we have to talk out loud, sometimes we have to go out for a run and do activity and get them endorphins flowing. And as much as I encourage that, this wasn't one of those. What I needed to do was accept it happens, and I'm quite good at that these days. Accept it happens. It's not a straight ride, and we'll get through it just as quick as it kind of goes wrong. And that was definitely where I was last week. I thought it was worth reminding today. Like I say, it's Monday, I'm feeling great. I want everybody to enjoy what they're doing. It's not going to be straightforward for everyone. It's not going to be an easy week, but if we try our best, enjoy what we've got, make the most of it, get out for some activity if you can. Again, referring back to last Tuesday, it didn't work for me. Running has always been the answer. That was one of my major frustrations, that I didn't want to run, and I thought, wow, I didn't feel great, to be honest, as well. I was feeling a little bit sort of poorly and headachy and a little bit run down, but that was a frustration. And again, what I didn't do is allow that to overtake everything, because it would have been easy for that. And if I feel that running doesn't work, I know I'd get into a bad place, because it's worked so much. It's been the answer. It's a real passion of mine. It's something I get so much from. But I just accepted the situation as it was there and then. Took it on the chin. There was people around me a little concerned, a little upset at the fact I wasn't looking very happy and cheery and hopefully my bright and bubbly self. And they asked me, they made sure I was okay. They've asked me a lot of questions, but I had a conversation yesterday as well. Sometimes it's really sort of, I think sometimes the stigma around mental health is the fact when you say you're not feeling great, people want to really sort of make sure you're okay. And I totally understand that. That's totally understandable. I would do the same. You've got to ask twice. How many times have I said that through the last couple of years on DOdaily? You know, you've got to keep asking. You've got to keep making sure. But I think the fact is, when you do open up a little bit, people think there's a real problem. I was accepting there was a problem. I'm so grateful for the support I was getting, you know, and the concern. But again, it's a case that, to put it right, I've got to do what I have to do. You know, we can only sort ourselves out ultimately. People can ask us questions, they can support us as much as they can, but ultimately, being happy is a choice. You know, I firmly believe that. I'm not disrespecting mental health. I'm not disrespecting how other people deal with it, but it's a choice. We make a choice to be happy. You know, over the weekend, I was making choices which I know would assist the situation at least. But ultimately, that's making a choice to be happy, because once you get into a situation you enjoy, you put a smile back on your face, you do what you do, you know, everything falls into place. And I'm hoping, after everything I've said today, you know, look at that scene there, the sun setting over Trent Bridge. After everything I've said today, I'm hoping I have a great week. Hopefully you'll have a great week too. Check back in tomorrow. I'll be filming. I'm actually away, but I'll be up bright and early getting in my Tuesday training. I'm away to a football match, of course, but the guys locally will be doing their activity. I'll be encouraging them. I'll be doing everything I can from afar, and of course trying to pass on a few words of encouragement to really get the week up and running. That's what Tuesday training is all about. You know, it didn't quite work for me, but how many times compared to last week has it worked? So many. And so I'll encourage you to do the same. Get out there, enjoy this fine weather. What a spring evening this is. Have a great evening, guys. Just doing it.